Gunshot is echoing across the capital of Ivory Coast, Abidjan, in what had been described as the early stage of a military coup or large scale of civil uprising, based on the report we are getting from the citizens and also on social media. There is a fast unfolding crisis in Ivory Coast right now. The government has shut down the internet and all news transmission system across the country just to contain the mayhem that is unfolding in the country right now. Over the last 48 hours, about 60 people have been feared dead as the clashes intensified in the key areas of the capital. The uprising started as a result of widespread dissatisfaction with the president of the country. The man is accused of severe human rights abuses, increasing poverty, and maintaining close ties with the Western influence. France, I suppose you guys know, which is the long-standing source of national resentment. From me, Big Shy, okay, let me be clear with this. Let me just remind you that there are no official confirmation yet due to the internet and the communication system and the media system being shut down in the country. However, there are speculations on social media platforms across the world, especially on Twitter. There is a claim that the president of the country is either gone missing, arrested, or possibly dead. No public appearances or official statement had been made since the violence started. The violence didn't start today. I think it started about 2 days ago, apparently. Now, this is now making the speculation of, the president gone more likely. But like I said, there are no official confirmation. Let me just remind you, this is not the first time Ivory Coast would encounter instability in their country. We have the 1999 coup. We have the civil war between 2002 and 2007. And then it picked up again from 2010 to 2011. And then we have the military mutiny that took place in 2017. Today's event is not a surprise at all to most of us, However, it raises the fear of a full civil war in the country. And this is something they don't need right now. They don't need that right now. The citizens accused the president of being Western puppet, being the puppet of Western powers, particularly France and the United States, with growing criticism aimed at the recent expansion of AFRICOM. He expanded the presence of AFRICOM in the region. If you don't know what AFRICOM means, look it up. At the time I was making this video, Big Shy, at the time I was making this update, the communication and the internet system in Ivory Coast is still down. And please, I beg you, there are no verified information being published yet by the state authority or any government official in Ivory Coast. Nothing is confirmed or published yet. But one thing that is confirmed is that, from the citizens of the country, is that the army chief was shot dead during a meeting with the president or after a meeting with the president. That is the only confirmed information we got so far. The army chief was shot dead. Nothing else had been said. This is a developing event and there are rumors all over the place, as you would expect. I will continue to update you as more information becomes available. So please, nothing is confirmed. Everything I've told you right now is based on history and based on the report we're getting from the citizens and also the report we're seeing on social media. Nothing is being officially confirmed. Let's wait and see what comes next. Like I said, nothing had been confirmed, okay? But I need to keep you guys updated as things come true. Even Timo 360 is struggling to get information. He lives in Ghana and he is not able to get information. So you can imagine me on this part of the world. You know, it is what it is. I will continue to update you guys. But for the meantime, what do you think? The president of the country is possibly dead, arrested, or nowhere to be found. And we also heard the army chief had been unalive, shot dead after a meeting or during a meeting with the president. That says a lot, doesn't it? It shows something is definitely up. Like they say, there is no smoke without fire. Look out for the next update on this.
Welcome back again to the African Streamline. I am Atamba Heti, your presenter as always. Now, something's happening in Africa, and I've been telling you this time and again. And black people all over the world, not only in Africa, are beginning to wake up. And West has gotten to a point where it can no longer control Africa anymore. Now, Ibrahim Traoré is an influencer, as I tell you every day. He is an influencer. And he would be a bad person in Africa. We would call him a bad disease. But because he is doing things that are good, we can't call him a bad disease. You see, a bad disease is a disease that when it catches one person, it spreads all over the village or all over the area. And everybody keep on getting affected with that disease. Now, Ibrahim Traoré is a disease of change, a disease of freedom, a disease of independence, and a disease of revolution, whereby every single African have appeared to love this disease called Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Ivory Coast president messed up with Captain Ibrahim Traoré. How did it happen? What did he do? Now let me tell you. Captain Ibrahim Traoré has been used quite some time. Like Ivorian president have been used for some times by the West to make sure he is bringing down Captain Ibrahim Traoré. And everything has been happening from from Ivory Coast. If they want to launch their ammunitions, if they want to launch their crews to go and fight Burkina Faso, they used to do it from Ivory Coast. And I want to tell you something. People of Africa have come out to love Captain Ibrahim Traoré. And I told you, not only in Africa, like not only in Kenya, not only in Tanzania, not only in Uganda, not only in Angola, not only in Mali, not only in Niger, not only in Botswana, every single African citizen, they love Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Do you know what they do? African people, African citizens, black people from diaspora, from like all over the world. This is what they said. If anybody touches Captain Ibrahim Traoré, we're going to deal with him perpendicularly. We're not going to we're not going to leave anybody behind. If anyone dares touches Captain Ibrahim Traoré, we shall deal with him perpendicularly. That is what they said. And people messed up with Captain Ibrahim Traoré and they saw what happened. Okay? As we're talking right now, a planned coup has just happened in Ivory Coast. Though it never went through, but it is a coup that was planned. And the president of Ivory Coast was about to be thrown out of the government by the military that supports Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the military that is ready for a change, the military that wants to see a people who have peace, people who are living peacefully, people who are having there is justice between in people that is being applied to the people who are living better. That military was about to throw the president of Ivory Coast because of what he has been doing to Captain Ibrahim Traoré. I'm telling you, take a look at these videos.
It's true. Alassane Ouattara, the president of Ivory Coast, has been toppled. Yes, this is the really old man. He's actually 83. And the rumors is that basically he has been unalived, but we don't know that. But this is the guy that was chosen by Michael Langley to help assassinate the president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré. And he has been overthrown. My brothers and sisters of Côte d'Ivoire, you got the memo. You got the memo. You need to topple these dictators. You need to topple these people who have sucked every ounce of your blood. in order to give it to the colonizers. My people of Ivory Coast. So there are videos of jubilant crowds celebrating in the streets of Ivory Coast. People are overjoyed because this man has been in power since 2010 and 83 years old. It is reported that he's a billionaire and his children are all billionaires. And so he has just been filling his big old gut with all the money from Cote d'Ivoire. And now he has been overthrown. West Africans, you are leading Africa. You're leading the way, guys. Yes.
Ivory Coast President Alassane Ouattara, where are you right now? Come out. Where have you been? We are saluting all the revolutionists who went on the street to remove that puppy of America. We as African, we are saluting all of you. We are believing in all of you. We are looking at all of you. Through you, Africa will be free from its chain. Because that Alassane give American air base for drones to attack our Burkina Faso, our Niger, our Mali. Enough is enough now. I love all the Ivory Coast people who stood out against this dictator.
Ladies and gentlemen, news coming out of West Africa, Ivory Coast to be precise, says that there's been a coup plot, a successful coup plot to remove this man, Alassane Ouattara, who was the president of that country. Now the story says he's been removed, he's now gone away and is in hiding. So there's a new government in place in Ivory Coast. Now this is still alleged. Nothing has been officially confirmed. There's been no reports coming out officially from the government, the old one or the current one. So we don't know, but the internet is rife with stories coming out of Ivory Coast. Some people have been able to smuggle out information of what is going on there. And there is confirmation on the internet, not officially, that Alassane Ouattara, this guy here, has now been removed from power. Now, we would expect that, in due course, there'll be an announcement and we will be sure. Right now, everything I'm telling you is alleged because it's not been officially confirmed by anybody, from the government in Ivory Coast. Now, a little bit about Ivory Coast and Alassane Ouattara. You understand that a lot of Africans are not happy with this man and his government in Ivory Coast because of the issue with the Burkina Faso president and the issue he's having with the Westerners. This man is seen by Africans as a traitor who is trying to help the Westerners to remove that young man who Africans now see, as a very, very important figure in African politics. Alassane Ouattara is thought to be conniving with the French and the Americans in their bid to remove the Burkina Faso president. So he is a very unpopular man in Africa now. And I believe, to a large extent also unpopular at home. He has been the president of that country for as long as I can remember, for very, very long, and is a dictator. Of course, he has the West behind him. This is the kind of dictator the West likes because he does what they want. He helps them do their dirty job. In Africa, he is a puppet. So they don't care how long he's been there. But someone like the Burkina Faso president, who is loved by everybody at home and across Africa, is the one they want to remove because, of course, he is stopping them from continuing to exploit his country. Anyway, the alleged coup is over. Maybe there's a mop-up going on now. So we will expect to hear pretty soon from the coup plotters, whatever government gets in power, either the old government, if they are still there, or the new one. And as soon as the statement comes out, you'll be sure to know from me.
Ivory Coast has joined Burkina Faso, Niger Republic, and Mali to send French military packing from their country. Take a look at this news. Ivory Coast becomes the 6th African country to expel French troops from its soil. Now I want to ask, is it not the same French military that allegedly said that Tinubu signed a contract with? Is it not the same French military they allegedly want to bring to Nigeria? Or there's another French military in Jupiter and Mars? In another planet? The same French military that the people are sending out of their country is the same one they want to bring. One thing we need to know is that, let's take for an example, before they left Niger Republic, French military base, if they have military base in your country, they don't live without a fight. They don't live without a fight. And they will always target your mineral and natural resources. Niger Republic say this. Even Burkina Faso say this. When the military man, Traoré, took over Burkina Faso, he cut off all French ties in their natural resources. And that is why that country is actually improving right now. I don't really know how this administration is, but we are finished.
Hi, afternoon to all. Yesterday, 19 May 2025, were an internal coup in Ivory Coast. The president, Alassane Ouattara, might be killed or arrested at the moment. There is no internet at the moment. There is no internet connection. There is no visibility in Ivory Coast. So we, as a South African Student Solidarity Movement, we are watching the circumstances very carefully, because Africa is the only country in Africa to give America a chance to come attack Burkina Faso. So we are watching Ivory Coast very closely right now. We are waiting the final results, see what happened in Ivory Coast.
There is a military coup in Ivory Coast right now. Allegedly, a coup is going on in Ivory Coast right now, and this is a good news for African countries who want to do away with France and its control system over African countries, because Ivory Coast have been used by France to plan its attack on Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso. There is some protest now in Ivory Coast. As the information leaked out, their internet was cut off. There is an internal coup in Ivory Coast, and there is no internet right now. Their internet have been switched off in Ivory Coast. This alleged internal coup by the military, who are now taking over the government. We actually do not know how true it is, but we are hoping that it is true. The president of Ivory Coast, Alassane Ouattara, have been a threat to Ibrahim Traoré. He is helping France to take down Ibrahim Traoré. Now he is being ousted out of Ivory Coast. African countries are now rising against France and other African leaders who oppose this movement. France must leave Africa. I will keep you updated for more information.
Internet in Ivory Coast is still shut down. Nobody knows where the president is. They are saying that he is hiding because of the situation that is happening right now in Ivory Coast. He is scared that people might unalive him. Maybe this is also because of the latest Ivorian president had with USA. Ivorian president allowed USA to base their drone military base in Ivory Coast. Like, a lot of people, they're not happy with this one, because how can you bring your enemy inside your house? Apparently, this drone is to prevent any war in Africa. So, like, they are supposed to come as a savior and protect everyone. But people, they don't believe this. So this coup attempt happened on 19th, and people have been talking about this, posting all over social media, and yet the government have not said anything. People, they are saying that the president is still hiding. Some people, they're saying that he is normal. And let's just hope that really people, they woke up and they decided that their president must go home. Let's just wait and see what the president is going to say, if they're going to talk about this. But it's really a big deal, because a lot of people, they are talking about it, and yet the government is not saying anything.
This is a lesson to every single leader, every single president. Our professors have been talking, have been speaking out here. Professors who have gone to school, they've learned, they understand a lot of things. Minister Louis Farrakhan has been talking about this, on how we are supposed to stand up as black people and defend ourselves and protect ourselves. And now Africa has begun to wake up. This is a wake-up call, and it's a warning to every leader who will come and try to bring down the legacy, will try to bring down the efforts and the ambitions of Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Because Captain Ibrahim Traoré is looking forward to change this continent. And if anybody dares mess with Captain Ibrahim Traoré, then he's going to face the world. It's going to be him against the whole world, against all black people from diaspora and from Africa. Have you seen black people in America, African Americans defending Captain Ibrahim Traoré? Who are you that you want to come and try to show out how you're bad and how you want to, like how Ibrahim Traoré is a bad person? And every black people love Captain Ibrahim Traoré. If you're a good leader, and if you want to be a good leader, kindly, you're leading people who love Captain Ibrahim Traoré. You also need to love Captain Ibrahim Traoré, because you're leading people who love Captain Ibrahim Traoré. If this president does not be very careful with himself, he is going to be taken out of the government, and there is nothing he can do. There is nothing he's going to do. I think that's just a warning from the Ivorian military, because right now it has failed. Tomorrow it might never fail. Why are you doing that? We are doing away with puppets, and you want to be a puppet. Why should you do that? We are doing away with people who does not want peace, and you're looking like a person who does not want peace. We don't want people who are destroying the peace of the black people, and you want to come to be the person who is destroying the peace of the black people. Who are you? What do you want? Yeah, we need to be realistic with each other. We are all humans. We need to live like humans. We need to respect each other. We need to love each other. We need to embrace love amongst ourselves. That's what we're supposed to be doing. So if we need to be embracing love and preaching love and making sure that our people are in peace, are living in peace, they're living better, they're living a good life, why should you then show out to the same people who want peace and harmony to live together in unity? Why do you want to look like the person who is trying to destroy the unity? You'll be taken out. Captain is doing what is right. Captain is feeding children who are in anger. Captain is building homes for the homeless. Captain is building schools for children who are not going to school. He's paying school fees for them. Free education. Captain is raising the sector of health. Captain is raising agricultural sector. What reason do you have to fight Captain? Captain Traoré has been working so much to make sure he is changing the lives of the people of Africa, of the black people all over. He is uniting black people all over. Why should you want to look like a person who is against him? All Africans, even the people from your country, they are supporting Captain. You want to be against Captain? Really? Is that how you want, or is that what you want to do? No. It's not going to happen. This one is not going to happen. An attempted coup in Ivory Coast. It was about to go down. Next time, it might never miss. He might have survived today, but he might never survive tomorrow. Tell me what you think on the comment section about this issue. I'll do my best to make sure I read the comments and give a response where possible. Let's have a discussion about the failed coup that was about to happen in Ivory Coast. I'll be glad to read your comments and give a response where possible. This African Streamline, I am Atamba Haiti. If it's your first time to be here, make sure you give a subscription. And for the turning subscribers, my people, I salute you always and always and always.